Okay, guys, let's try this again. Okay. Hi guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. Had just gone live and just a little bit ago, but I had to stop my live because I had to take care of something else. But anyhow, I'm back to finish my live because um I just want to say that I you I what when I make my videos and things like that, when I make my videos for my channel, um, yeah, I'm really passionate about my channel and about just, when I'm putting my videos together, when I go and get the information and all that, like this is something that I really enjoy doing this. And um, I, I I put a pretty good amount of time into researching the information that I made for this video, and I'm hoping that I'm going to get a chance to deliver the whole video and not have to come back later, like tomorrow or something, and make the video because we're not going to be, it's not going to mean the same thing tomorrow. Here in a little bit, and it's 10:09 right now, so 10:10 actually, and normally at 10:10 when I see like an angel number pop up, I would say something. If you've watched any of my other videos, then you know that whenever a angel number pops up, is shown when I'm going live or something like that, I always, ask my viewers, because we are in that moment, we are all gathered together as a collective. And I really do believe that when you are gathered, when you are holding a space with, more, with, multiple people or a group of people, it and you're focusing your energy on a thought, or you're saying affirmations, or you're praying or whatever, you all may be praying something different or kind of thinking something different. Or even if you are thinking the same thing, the energy is more intense because there's so many people together. And if you're together in, a protest or something negative, then of course that energy is going to be intensified. But if you're gathered together in harmony and peace and understanding and all that, then that energy is going to be intensified. So just a little bit ago, it was 10:10. Normally I would say, okay, let's, all think about something that we're trying to manifest. And, it's so said that when you think about something that you're trying to manifest and you're thinking really positive, you're focusing on it and you're picturing it in a good way, then through the law of attraction, that's bringing it towards you. But I explain that whatever, and that happens a lot with my videos, but um, I'm not going to focus on that too much right now. But I did want to say that it was 10:10. It's now 10:11, so I'm going to move on. But just a little bit ago, I had started going live, and I had to stop my live, and you know, I'm I was debating whether I was going to get back on to do the live, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to finish everything. You read all the notes, because I have a lot of information that I gathered for this particular video, and it might be a little bit jumbled and kind of, but the idea is I put a lot of time into it, and thought and attention, and I hope that I'm going to be able to deliver the whole message. If not, because I don't want to have to come back and make another video about it, because tomorrow won't be Friday the 13th. This video is about Friday the 13th and putting a positive spin on Friday the 13th. And we are it's here in my notes. I think that the next Friday the 13th we are going to have is going to be in November. It will be Friday, November the 13th. So I don't want to hold this information all the way until then. So I'm going to try to get started on the video again, and hopefully I'm not going to get any like interruptions or whatever, because I try to make sure that I have things finished and lined up before I start my videos, and then I want to be able to jump into that. But anyhow, this is gonna be part two. And the way that I'm gonna say this, guys, is I'm gonna smooth this detail in here, because okay, today is Friday the 13th. And when it comes to Friday the 13th, the idea just came to me to smooth this whole idea over. when it comes to Friday the 13th, with the movies, Friday the 13th, of course there was a Friday the 13th. Then there was a Friday the 13th, maybe a part 2, part 3, part 4, and it kept working its way up until at one point it got to the point where it wasn't just Friday the 13th and, Jason Voorhees, but then they added another character, and it was Jason versus Freddy. So, but the idea was, there's a part 1, a part 2, part 3, and it just kept working its way up. So that's the way that I'm going to weave that. I'm going to weave my way around with this. Is I'm going to say that this is going to be like a movie like part 2, right? There's Friday the 13th 1, and then there's a part 2, and on from there. So this is going to be part 2 of the video. Okay. The first video that I made, which I wasn't wanting to break it up like this, but it was 22 minutes long, and I'm going to quickly share a crazy synchronicity, and I'm not lying to you. I have to show you what I'm talking about maybe with the next video. But I've often said that in a lot of my videos, when I go live, there was a point where it seemed like every time when I was about to go live, I would notice that my phone was at 69%. And the funny thing about tonight is when I was doing this video just a little bit ago, I was doing this live for the first time I went live tonight. I had a little bit of an interruption, and I had to stop the live. And when I stopped the live, I looked to see how many people had joined the live. And guys, I was really thinking that I didn't have anybody join the live, and I was just going to keep talking anyway. I was just going to keep sharing my message until, I finally got some viewers, or even if I didn't get any viewers, I put work into this. So I was just going to make the video, and then later on I'll, put the clips up. Maybe some people would come and see the clips. And then of course, I'm over on YouTube, so I would have, here on TikTok, once a video goes over an hour, you can't upload the full video. You just got to add clips. But on YouTube, a video can go as long as you can, let it go, because it's YouTube. It's not TikTok. The idea with TikTok is tick and talk and get it done. Okay. But anyhow, so I had to stop the live. I decided I was going to stop the live for a little bit and take care of what needed to be taken care of. And when I did that, I noticed that the amount of viewers that I had was 69 viewers. And I have said in so many of my lives that a number, for whatever reason, a lot of times when I go live, I notice that my phone is at 69%. It hasn't been that way every time lately, but there for a while it seemed weird that I kept seeing the number 69 right before I would go live. Like my phone would be at 69%. You can watch some of my other videos and you could see that. I was saying that for a lot of my videos when I would go live. I'd say, okay, right before I got started with this video, my phone was at 69%. And I wanted to go and charge it to get it up to 100, but it was getting late, so I couldn't do it. My throat's already feeling funny, and I'm just starting this video. I'm not going to put it out there. I'm not going to think negative and say it's because of Friday the 13th, but my throat is already tickling a little bit, and I have a lot of information to read. I really don't know if I'm going to get it finished now. I'm hoping that I will, but anyhow, I just try to really, go in when I'm getting the information, and I want to deliver a message, and I hope that I'm going to be able to get all this information out to you guys. But anyhow, because I put some work into it and put some time and space into it. But anyhow, again, a lot of times I said that my phone will be at 69%, and when I had to shut the live before this one off, I really thought that I hadn't had any viewers, and I looked and I saw how many viewers how many people were actually watching me, and it was 69 people. So, And the funny thing about that number is when you, I do, if I am, if I can put it right, I believe that when you see that number a lot, the meaning behind it is there is something that is kind of like taking your energy. Like there's something harvesting your energy. There's something that you have that you're holding on to, or that's kind of like taking your energy. There's something that's, feeding off your energy. There's something that's taking your energy. There's something that's taking your space. There's something you need to let go of. And that's just, one of the common themes that I've seen when it comes to that number 69. Like it's a thing of kind of like balance. Like you've got to find more of a balance. And I'll just leave it at that. But I thought that was just funny, that kind of weird that my phone was at 69. My phone is a lot of times at 69%. And then right at the point when it was like, maybe it was like a message coming in from like the universe. Okay, this is a way to put it, to deliver it. And guys, I really do believe, that the universe does try to communicate with you, right? And I'm going to kind of look at it that way. Because it could have been any number. And when I stopped this live, the live before this one, it was 69 views. 69 people were watching. So anyhow, I got to get off of, wandering away from what I was talking about, right? Because I am a Gemini, and I can do that. I could just run away with something and whatever. So I want to get back to the subject of what I was talking about. And that subject is the idea that today, all day today, and now into the night, it's Friday the 13th. And originally I wanted to deliver this video to you guys, this live, earlier today, but I thought, you know what, how many people are going to be on at like, real early in the morning or whatever? People are at work or whatever. So let me go ahead and go with the theme of Friday the 13th and, the dark energy and all that. And I'll make the video at night. So guys, I go ahead and quickly say what my channel's about. It's about the law of attraction. If this video has popped up in your, you're looking at this video right now, then you probably already know what the law of attraction is. The law of attraction is just the idea that like attracts like. With positive thoughts, thinking, hanging out with positive people, it's said through the law of attraction, you're attracting that energy back into your life. On the other hand, if you, and this, lady has her hand out, she's holding some crystals, and that's about positivity. And even if it's about negative, I see a black crystal, and that's kind of like a shield or protective, right? Protective. So, even if there's negative energy, that can be transmuted as well. And I'm thinking about that when I'm looking at her hand and you see the dark crystal. That crystal could stand for like black obsidian, the onyx, or a jet, or those kind of crystals, those kind of ideas. But you might be thinking about cloaking with that energy, protection, just blocking negative energy. So with that being said, I said on the other hand, you could have the positive, but on the other hand, if you were thinking negative thoughts, hanging out with negative people, doing negative things, being lazy, not taking action, sometimes you do have to take action, you could take those positive actions, or you could do something negative. And doing something negative could possibly be just not doing anything at all, not taking any action. There's times when you want to do that. It may not be lazy. You might be thinking things through, but if it goes on too long, then it's like you got a decision to make, and you most likely already know what the decision is, right? But anyhow, with the negative, like I said, on the other hand, if you think the positive things, the positive thoughts, positive people, then you're attracting more positive. On the other hand, if you're thinking negative thoughts, hanging out with the negative Nancys, the Debbie Downers, then you're attracting that energy back into your life. More negative people, more negative outcomes. Who wants to do that? That's not the reason why I started my channel. When negative comes our way, the idea is to transmute it into something positive. And that's what I'm hoping. I'm hoping to put a positive spin on Friday the 13th, tonight. The idea is to put a positive spin on it. And when it comes to spirituality, if you're watching this video, you probably already know that in the spiritual community, and you probably already know that, Hollywood and things like that, there's that scary idea. But when you are into spirituality, then you may know a different idea, and that would be like the feminine aspects of it. Okay, so with that being said, what is a sunset song? Okay, I call my channel Sunsets. I go by Shadow Girl Sherry. I call my channel Sunset Songs. The reason why I call my channel Sunset Songs is because I really love music, and I wanted to put that, join music in with the idea of my channel. And how did I do that? I really do believe that music can, it can uplift your spirits if you want to, but at the same time, if you wanted to, you were sad because somebody just broke up with you or something like that, you want to be all lost in that feeling so you can really feel it. You can feel it, and then the next, move on, then you might listen to like a sad love song. Whatever. It's all about which you want to feel. But I do believe that music has a tendency, it can make you feel some type of way. If you want to feel upbeat, you want to clean your house, whatever, then you listen to something upbeat, something that's got a high tempo to it. You get what I'm saying. But I really do believe that music it can affect you. It can give you energy. It could take your energy away if you're listening to something really sad. Okay, so I just wanted to team that idea, like weave that into my channel. And with that being said, sunset songs, I have something that's called a sunset song. What is a sunset song? A sunset song is basically for every time I go live. There's been some times I didn't do it, but for the most part, every time I've gone live, especially, for the most part, have had a sunset song. What is a sunset song? And a sunset song, the idea of a sunset song is basically before I go live or before I make a video, I, kind of stop and think, tell my higher self, spirit guides, whatever, or just a thought. I don't know. Like, I try to think of a song, or say, play a song in my mind, or put a song in my heart that is, is tailored around the subject matter that I'm going to be talking about. Okay, and with that being said, tonight I'm talking about Friday the 13th and putting a positive spin on it. Okay, now, so what is the sunset song for tonight? I'm going to jump into it. The sunset song, and I said it in the last video before I, shut my live down the first time. I could have picked like a song like the theme to Friday the 13th or something like that, but I didn't go with that. Actually, I came up with another song, and I'm going to explain to you why I picked the song and all that. I may have put it here in the notes, but the song that I picked is a song by Jill Scott. And I'm going to, basically what I'm going to do, I'm going to read from my notes. I'm going to read the lyrics of the song. I am going to, that's one of the things, the layers I've added to my videos, is taking down the lyrics of the song and just I'm not, I don't have the type of voice to sing. I wasn't given that talent, but I like to sing in the shower or when I'm by myself, but you guys don't want to hear me sing. I mean, maybe I'll get to that some point, but a little bit, but whatever. But I in my videos, I put the layer, I want a new layer that I've added to it is to read the lyrics. And I like to give you the sunset song, read the lyrics to you, and tell you a little bit about the artist and the inspiration, for the song, how they came up with it. So I'm going to be reading all that. And then I'm going to be talking, of course, about Friday the 13th and, the positive spin on it. Okay. So with that being said, there is a reason why I picked where this song, I guess, popped up in my mind. And it's because, I don't know, at one point she comes out, and I'm going to read the lyrics. She comes out and she says that she's staring monsters in their face, monsters in the face. And that makes me kind of think, it might sound funny, but it just makes me think of Friday the 13th and how, Hollywood and all that has tried to, put that fear out there. And obviously, there's the idea of monsters and things like that. So, and she did say, I'm staring monsters in their face, but she said it in a different way, and I'm going to be reading that. So that's really why I think that this song has come up, and it came to my thoughts. It surfaced to, to the top the top of my thoughts, and I'm just thinking about water, the picture you're looking at right now. And if something were in the water in, I don't want to say a body, but in Friday the 13th, that would have been an idea. It could be a body laying in this crystal lake, and then it floats to the top. But I'm thinking about a song like, the song that surfaced to the top of my mind. And the song that surfaced came to me was a song by Jill Scott, and the song is Can't Wait. Okay. And also another reason why, I think about this song is because the cover, the album cover, and the way she looks, it kind of looks like she is, I don't know, like she's ready to like just go to war or something. It's just something about her look. I like the album cover, but I'll be talking about that here in my notes. So I'm going to try to break this down. I use a little bit of technology now to try to make things easier. I've got the lyrics, and I do believe these are the correct lyrics. Either way, hopefully, I like to say that, after you get done watching the live, I hope that I've said enough, and maybe you'll go and listen to the song if you haven't heard it, and then it may become a song for your playlist. That's my idea, for us to, be happy and, do our law of attraction and go on this spiritual journey. And we're going to be listening to music and having a good time and dancing and having fun, So anyhow, the song, again, the sunset song for tonight is Can't Wait by Jill Scott. I'm going to read the lyrics to this song, okay? So she starts out, and if you heard the song, she has a certain way that she comes out and she says I won't even go there, but basically she's saying, getting into the song, and she's just like, she's just getting into the song. And I think she was saying but anyhow, you have to listen to the song and then you know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to, hopefully that'll be a little bit of homework for you. But I'm going to read the notes to this song by Jill Scott, which is going to be the sunset song for this video. This song, Can't Wait by Jill Scott. Okay. So I got something on my back that I need to get off, baby. The world's been nuts. Just the other day, I had to reprimand a grown-up. Who am I to act this way? Well, sugar, I'm the boss lady, busy handling and managing. But oh, when I get next to you, baby, ain't nobody gonna be there but me and you. Can't wait to be loved by you. I can't wait, baby. Can't wait to be loved by you. I've been working so hard and so long. I can't wait to be loved by you. I need to come home. I do. Can't wait to be loved by you. I do. I've been going through some things, feeling all kind of hectic in my space. We all running the same race as we pace. I'm staring monsters in their face with grace. Now that's the reason why I kind of feel like I thought about this song, was that lyric right there. I've been going through some things, feeling all kind of hectic in my space. We all running the same race as we pace. I'm staring monsters in their face with grace. So she's saying she's facing it. She's facing these monsters, these demons. It could be your own personal demons. And with that being said, I'm going to keep reading this, but I've kind of said the reason why I call myself Shadow Girl Sherry. I'm going to make this suggestion that if you are watching this video right now, because I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry, and you only see, you don't know exactly what I look like. You just see a picture of like my silhouette. That's my avatar, is my actual silhouette, and I'm holding a flower. But basically, it's about growth and all that, but it's also about the idea of shadow work. Maybe I'm making the suggestion that since you are listening to the voice and watching a video, from someone, myself, that calls herself I go by the name Shadow Girl Sherry, it may mean that you need to do a little bit of shadow work as well. And I've heard different things as to what shadow work is. Some people say that shadow work is basically like healing your inner child. It's working with your inner child. It's working with maybe wounds and trauma and things that maybe you never healed from. It could have been things like things from the past. It could have been things really from your childhood that you never let go of. And these things are still tugging at you. And this is the shadow, and you need to work with it. And then you're going to get your gifts. You're going to heal, and you're going to collect your gifts. Basically, things are, it's good to heal. So if you're watching this, I'm just making the suggestion that maybe it may mean that maybe you need to do shadow work as well. And obviously my channel, it deals with a lot of shadow work. Okay. So but I think about that right now when I'm looking at these lyrics, because it makes me think of personal demons, and you're just staring monsters in their face. It could be that you're facing things about yourself, or working through issues with yourself. That could be like personal demons staring at monsters in their face. And that would be like a reflection if you were to look down into a lake, any type of body of water, you'd be looking at your own reflection. So with that being said, I'm going to keep reading the notes. So okay, maybe I should just start it again. Okay, so I'm gonna start it again. I know that's whatever, but I got to get the feeling of the song. So she just, guys, when you listen to the song, the way she starts it out, you can just feel the passion in her voice. Okay, that Jill Scott, she does it right. So anyhow, do I got any Jill Scott fans in the house tonight? I'm definitely a Jill Scott fan. But anyhow, here's the song. I Can't Wait, or Can't Wait by Jill Scott. So I got something on my back that I need to get off, baby. The world's been nuts. Just the other day, I had to reprimand a grown-up. Who am I to act this way? Who am I to act this way? Well, sugar, I'm the boss lady. Busy handling and managing, but oh, when I get next to you, baby, ain't nobody gonna be there but me and you. Can't wait to be loved by you. I can't wait to be loved by you, baby. Can't wait to be loved by you. I've been working so hard. I've been working so hard and so long. I'm gonna emphasize that. I've been working so hard and so long. Can't wait to be loved by you. I need to come home. I do. I can't wait to be loved by you. I do. I've been going through some things, feeling all kind of hectic in my space. We all running the same race. We all running the same race as we pace. I'm staring monsters in their face with grace. You'd be so proud. Money made, bills to be paid, like each and everybody. But baby, I'm me, and I need you. Oh, when I get next to you, baby, ain't nobody gonna be there but me and you. Can't wait to be loved by you. I can't wait, baby. Can't wait to be loved by you. I've been working so hard and so long. Can't wait to be loved by you. I need your arms. I do. Can't wait to be loved by you. Come to me soon. Hey, what you want to get off, you can get it off right here. What you want to get off, you can get it off right here. Baby, no fear. And that makes me think of, Friday the 13th, don't have any fear. Like, it fits it. These lyrics fit the idea, because she's trying to be a comfort, and don't have fear. So what you want to get off, like, I'm thinking she's trying to say what you want to get off your chest, what you want to get off your chest, what you want to work through, right? So what you want to get off, you can get off right here. Baby, no fear. Let all that old thing go. Don't worry about it no more. Got you, baby. No. Got you, baby. No, I got you right here. Deep in the bedroom, or maybe in the back of the car. I got you, baby. What up? What up? Baby, what's up? Sup? Okay. What you want to get off, You can get off right here, baby, no fear. Let all that old thing go. Don't worry about it no more. I got you, baby. No, I got you right here. I got you right here. And then that's when the ooh or the o comes in, okay? And when I get next to you, baby, ain't nobody gonna be there but me and you. Can't wait to be loved by you. I can't wait, baby. Can't wait to be loved by you. I'm busy holding the world on my shoulders. I'm busy holding the world on my shoulders. Can't wait to be loved by you. And baby, I know you're out there. Can't wait to be loved by you. Doing what you need to do too. So basically, she's saying she's been at work and she knows that while she's out there working, her mate's out there working, her man's out there working hard and he's doing his thing. And then later on, they're going to meet up. And to me, it just sounds like a war's about to break down, right? It's about to go down. So anyhow, I thought this was fitting. This song was fitting for Friday the 13th. And, I don't know. I'm going to try to tie all this together. And guys, I hope you're going to enjoy this video. And you're going to take a listen to the song and you're going to enjoy it in the way that I like it. And guys, yeah, I picked this song this time, but like, don't get it twisted. There's going to be times I might pick a R&B song. Another time I might pick, like a what is it? A easy yacht rock type of song, or it could be, and I'm going to think about a yacht rock kind of song right now. And this is crazy. The song that just came to my mind when I look at this, Crystal Lake, I'm thinking about Sailing by Christopher Cross, I think his name was. That was a song that's the like ultimate, I think they call it a yacht rock song. Like you think about being on a yacht or, sailing, or just the song is called Sailing. But just think about that easy kind of listening song. But again, that's Christopher Cross, I think his name is, Sailing. That just came to my thought because I'm looking at the lake or whatever. But guys, it could be I could pick like a easy listening song, like a yacht rock song, I think they called it. Or I could pick like an oldie song. I could pick an R&B song. I could pick a love song. I could pick a song from the 60s. I could pick a song from the 70s, 80s, 90s, up to today. I could pick a song that I heard in the grocery store. I could pick a song that I heard playing in somebody's car. When I'm stopped at the stoplight and they're blasting their song and it's like, what song is that? And, they, that, in the course of a day, I heard the song and then I just bring it to you guys. It could be a country song. It could be anything. So, if you're here in the chat and you have a song that, is playing in your heart, I hope that you'll choose to leave it here in the chat. But this is a song that I picked for the night. It's the sunset song. And I'm going to try to weave it in and let you know why. You'll see why I picked this song. But again, don't get the idea that, I'd have to stick to just one idea, because it's really not like that. I'll listen to anything. If you leave, I'm encouraging you to leave songs here in the chat or in any of my other videos here on TikTok or my channel, Sunset Songs, over on YouTube. Again, I hope that you will choose to like, click, share, subscribe, all those different things. But I also say that, guys, I always say I don't advertise. I don't tell just everybody that I know that I have a channel. My idea is I want to reach out to people all around the world. And there's going to be a reason why my videos are popping up in your algorithm, right? We have something in common. There's a message that you're supposed to be getting. So, and I want to reach to those people. And even before I go live, I always, try to take a listen to the song so I can get in the feeling of the song. Now my phone is at 69%. I just noticed my phone's at 69%. And I'm going to take a picture of that. I took a screenshot of that, where I had 69 viewers the last time I did a video. I went live just a little bit ago. I had like a little bit of an interruption, and when I stopped the video, I stopped the live, my phone was my phone's at 69% now, but my the amount of viewers that I had was at 69%. Okay, so anyhow, guys, again, if you follow me on YouTube, my channel altogether is called Sunset Songs. And of course, when you click onto the video, you listen for a little bit, you're going to have to, there's, lots of channels that goes by the name Sunset Songs. But when I thought about that name, Sunset Songs, I didn't want to change it. It's like that fits. And Sunset Songs, that's the name that I came up with, and that I was sticking to it. So if you click on the video, listen a little bit, you're of course going to hear me announce and say this is Shadow Girl Sherry, and then you got the right one. But basically, I always listen to the song before I go live to get in the feeling. But I also always say, say a little bit of a prayer and things like that, just, asking, that my videos be sent to the right people so they can get the message. But either way, when you join me here, leaving any of my videos, like a song that's playing in your heart, and it could be sometime that you might come on and it might be the Sunset Song, or I might just let you know, take a listen to the song if I've never heard it, and let you know what I think of the song, whatever, my honest opinion. But don't get it twisted and think that I like all different kinds of music. So anyhow, with that being said, I'm going to go ahead and read from the rest of my notes, and I'm hoping I'm going to get all this done and I won't have to tie it into some other theme later on, because I do have a pretty good amount that I worked on, well, ideas that came with this video. So I'm going to try to read through it as quickly as possible and hope that my voice sounds soothing to you on this Friday the 13th. And just have no fear, because my idea is to switch that narrative or that story up. Put a positive spin on it, and to put a positive spin on that black cat that I have featured here in this picture, because I love black cats. And I want to quickly say that it's funny. Last week I made a video about it. I had seen a black cat, or when I was in my travels or whatever in my car. A black cat came, and it just walked across in front of my path, and it was a foggy day as well. And I looked it up to see what it meant. What does it mean when it's foggy and there's a black cat? Hey, I kind of feel like, different things happen. I'm going to look it up and see what the spiritual side of it is. And it was basically saying that you're walking in between realms. Like the energy is like thin, the veil might be a little thin and all that. And you got to think about the fact that we are going from the energy of like winter, and we're moving into that warmer spring energy. So there's been a shift. So, but I talked about that maybe last week in a video. The video was marked, I think 5:55, because I had woke up at 5:55 in the morning. So I wanted to share the synchronicity. But anyhow, so I talked about that experience on that video. And then after that, no lie, again, it may have been the day before yesterday, I was in my travels, and I looked over, in a certain area, and this is when I'm driving, and right over from, the road and all that, the weirdest thing, I look over and I'm like, did I just see what I saw? And it was a black cat. So this was the second time I've seen one. And see, I don't look at them as bad luck. They're beautiful. They look like little panthers, and like a little panther, like a little pint-sized panther. And it said that really when you see a black cat, it's really good luck. Like it's basically a sign of an idea that watch what you're thinking, because you are magnetic at that point. You are magnetic in that moment. That's why you've seen the black cat. And think about it, because black cats, there are people that fear black cats for no reason. Come on, it's a cat. And but the people that would be drawn to that cat, like a black cat stands out. It stands out. It commands attention. It commands and it demands attention when you see a black cat, and it stands out. And the idea is, when you see it, you know, you're becoming more magnetic. And again, think about the black cat. When someone goes over that black cat and likes black cats and wants to take the black cat in their home and treat the black cat well, not everybody takes the black cat. So it's special. So that's what I want you to think of when you see a black cat. Don't you try to harm the cat or think anything negative. And I have a feeling that if you're watching this, you're not about that anyway. You probably like black cats, right? You probably like black cats. They're beautiful, look like a little panther, and they're magnetic. Think about it as well. They're Some people are scared of them, so if you have one, they can be protective. Um, and I don't want to look at it that way, but think about protection, because think about any black crystals. The cat's black, but most crystals that are black are crystals for protection. So in the color, when it comes to the color black, if you are into like spells and things or anything witchy, things like that, it's a protective color. Black is stands for protection. Your candles, your just black crystals, protection, cloaking, shielding, that kind of thing, blocking out negative energy. Okay, protection. So just think about that with the black cat. Protection. It's a beautiful energy. Okay, so anyhow, I'm gonna keep reading from this here. But yeah, I saw a black cat in the last week. I've seen a black cat. And then they couldn't have been the same cat because they were too far apart, like the areas that I saw them. So these were two different black cats on different days that I saw. So, hey, I'm feeling like I'm magnetic right now, and if I'm magnetic, I want to be drawing good things to me. So I got to think about what I'm thinking about, like what thoughts am I thinking? I don't want them to be negative thoughts. So anyhow, guys, what you're looking at right now, guys, is basically my idea of when it comes to Friday the 13th, Jason Voorhees, all that. There was Camp Crystal Lake, and that's where all the negative stuff went down. The crazy bloody gore went down at Crystal Lake. But my idea, I'm trying to put a positive spin on it, just like most people in the spiritual community. You will know that idea, the positive message of Friday the 13th. And with that being said, I put a positive spin on Camp Crystal Lake, and I turned it into a lake of crystals. And with that being said, the woman that is, basically kind of collecting crystals from the lake, my idea is there's all those crystals. Well, if you could pick from the crystals, which one would you pick? And what crystals are you working with right now? And as I work through this video, I always have the craziest synchronicities when I start looking up information about the artist or about the song, the inspiration behind the song, or information about the artist. I'll look into the stuff, and it's like the universe was talking. As I'm like, there's always some kind of crazy connection with the song once I start looking into it and like holding a private investigation on the song, or doing a background check on the song or the artist. I'll say, a bit of, I'll just say, kind of be funny, a background check or an investigation or whatever, on the song, find out what the song was about, what was the inspiration, information about the artist, So with that being said, if you have a crystal that you like, or a crystal that you want to work with, a crystal you are working with, what was the last crystal you worked with? Like, what was the last crystal you went to the metaphysical store and you got that crystal? You felt called, like the crystal was calling your name or whatever. So, but guys, I hope you like the imagery that I came up with. I do go by Shadow Girl Sherry, so I thought that I'm African American, I don't want to share that. But also, I kind of recently came up with that idea of, okay, you don't know what I look like, but I'm going to come up with different images of, obviously, a black woman that stands for me. The black woman that I'm going to put in the scene of the video, it stands for me, Shadow Girl Sherry. That's not necessarily what I look like, but it's an African American woman, and I wanted to put a bit of a veil on her to keep the mystery and the mystique and all that and that shadow aspect. But I also want to quickly say that I did look up a little bit of information about, I thought about it, it came to me, I'm like, I don't want anybody that, of a certain type of religion or culture or whatever to look at it, as a disrespect or, I looked it up to see, would it be seen as a disrespect? And for the most part, I saw it's not seen as a disrespect. Like it could be like a, come with a message. It could be fashion, or it could be for protection or anything like that. But to me, it looks beautiful. And I wanted to, of course, I'm Shadow Girl Sherry. The images of the woman always stands for me and maybe my shadow. But for right now, because I'm not coming out and you don't know what I look like, I haven't got to the point where I feel comfortable enough to do that. I thought that I would come up with the imagery of an African American woman that would stand in for me. And I would be kind of teasy and, show her face and her silhouette and all that. And you can tell, you can make out the features and everything, but maybe she's got her eyes down, or, she's just deep in thought. And I thought, okay, I want you to be the seer, but I want to keep that mystery. So I put her like in a veil. I veiled her, or you could look at it as a veil, or you could look at it a little bit like a cloak, protection. So, and that goes along with Friday the 13th, really, but it's not just about that. It's just, I think that's a beautiful image. So I wanted to lay that down or whatever. But with that being said, I'm going to keep reading the information that I've come up with about Friday the 13th. It might be a little bit jumbled because thoughts are coming in my mind. And then I'm like, I take the thought, I look up the information, and this is the way it's presented itself. And this is the way I'm bringing it to you. And I hope you enjoy the video. And you find my voice relaxing here on this Friday the 13th, right? So let me jump around through here and see the notes that I want to bring to you, because I don't know if I'm going to be able to break down everything tonight. I got a lot of notes, let me tell you. I weaved a lot of wonder into this song and into this video. Some things I want to look up a little bit more, and, there's going to be some things on here that, I don't feel confident enough to deliver it, but I'm going to try to bring to you guys, put it out in the best way that I can. The most organized way that I know how. So let's see, what things do I want to tell you guys? All right, that's not it. Just kind of bear with me here. Okay, so Friday the 13th, reading from my notes, Friday the 13th, this year, falling back to back, okay, we have had the energy of Friday the 13th back to back. Last month, the Friday the 13th, or we had a Friday and it was the 13th. It was Friday, February the 3rd. Friday, February the 13th. And I'm thinking about that right now. That was the day before Valentine's Day, because Valentine's Day is February the 14th. So that was Saturday. But the night before, we had Friday the 13th. And now, exactly 1 month later, we've got a Friday the 13th. It's Friday, March the 13th. So let me keep, that's like a double hit right there. Okay, so back to back, February and March. So this is a rare energy, and that's why I wanted to make the video, to kind of, make you think about it a little bit. This is coming late. I wanted to hang out with you guys and, have you kind of make you feel comfortable and all that. So I didn't come up with any rituals or anything, but, you can always come back and watch this video on another Friday the 13th or whatever you want to do. So, okay, so these Friday the 13th back to back, okay, February and March, and this is a rare calendar quirk that only happens in non-leap years when Friday starts on a Sunday. It creates a double hit of energy, okay? So, this video is going to be about the positive points, the positive spin, the divine feminine energy here, okay? Now, I did get some information, some things just don't feel strongly enough about, to share it. So I'm going to be kind of jumping around. Okay, so the divine feminine and Friday the 13th. Historically, Friday the 13th wasn't always considered unlucky. It was actually a day of the goddess. Friday is Freya's day. The word Friday comes from the Norse goddess Freya or Frigg, the goddess of love, fertility, and war. And guys, I want to quickly share that Fridays also, I'm thinking about these words right here, love and fertility. Okay. When it comes to Fridays, it said that this is the day that you could work with the planet Venus. And not only is Venus a planet, but Venus is a goddess. Now, I don't know if it's the Greek goddess or the Roman goddess, but they're one and the same. There is the Greek goddess, and then there's a Roman goddess. One is Aphrodite and the other one is Venus. But one's Roman and one is Greek. I think I got it right. One is Roman and one is Greek, but they're the same really. They are the goddesses of like love and luxury and beauty and that kind of thing. And, when it comes to Venus, the symbol that goes with Venus is basically, it's a circle. There's a line under it. And then through that line is another line. And if you look at it, it's basically a mirror. And, Venus energy, it's about beauty and luxury and love. And, it could be like sexual love and all that, but it could also be a self-love that you have for yourself. But I wanted to say that Fridays are the day that Fridays deal intensely with that energy of Venus and Aphrodite. That energy is intense on Fridays. So that would be the day that you really want to work those rituals or looking, love magic or glamour magic, looking in the mirror at your own reflection and saying positive affirmations to your own reflection. Just making you hypnotizing yourself and just saying, I'm beautiful, I'm this, and it's about luxury, it's about beauty. You could do a mud mask or whatever, that's beauty. But anyhow, now Fridays we deal with that Aphrodite and Venus energy, but now with Friday the 13th, we're going to add in that layer of Freya. Freya can also be worked with, especially, you can work with them any day, but especially on Fridays, because again, Friday is Freya's day. Friday is Freya's day. The word Friday comes from the Norse. The word Friday comes from the Norse goddess Freya or Frigg, the goddess of love, fertility. So she's like Aphrodite and Venus, but then you got to add that extra thing in there of war. She's the goddess of love, fertility, and war. But this is feminine energy. But when it comes to Friday the 13th, there's that energy of Freya. This is Freya's day, the goddess of love and fertility, like Aphrodite and Venus. But then you got to add in that extra kick of war. And that makes me think of how it's so said that when the one thing I'm thinking about war, a woman could be like a weapon when it comes to war, because a woman you could take a real beautiful woman, and she could take out armies just because men are taken by her looks. And she could be, a spy doing the wrong thing and coming and just playing a part, but she plays it so well, and she does it so well just because of the way she looks, her beauty. So just think about a woman, a weapon of war, really. Okay, but I just wanted to say that. But Freya, Freya is the word Friday comes from the Norse goddess Freya or Frigg, the goddess of love, fertility, and war. And just think about a woman again. A man can be a dummy for a very, very beautiful woman. She could be doing whatever and the whole time, but he can't say anything past her looks. And it's the same thing with a really attractive man, But I think that men are much more taken by looks than a woman. A woman could obviously be attracted to someone for their looks, but women might be thinking as well about money. Okay, but an attractive man, that's something too. Can have women fighting over that one man just because he's so attractive, and a beautiful woman could have multiple like men fighting over her just because she's so beautiful. She wouldn't have to be a good person, but if she looks good, she's attractive. What can you say? So anyhow, just think about that. The goddess of love, fertility, and war. A woman anyway. Okay. All right. The number 13. This is a deeply feminine number representing the 13 lunar cycles in a year and the 13 cycles of the moon that mirror the biological rhythms of a woman. And when you think about that, think about the menstrual cycle. Okay. The shift. Okay. I'm just thinking about the shift and just talking about that unlucky narrative that basically, it was pushed. This story is kind of pushed by, patriarchal systems to demonize sacred feminine energy, those type of associations, right? But I also want to quickly say that, yes, I got to be real. I got to add to this right there because I'm seeing the, the word patriarchy, right? And with that being said, I am going to say that I kind of feel like when I go live, I just want to make, kind of say this. When I go live, I always get more viewers when I go live. But if I'm one of those that, I do put my videos, sometimes I will put the, the hashtag like witch talk on my videos. And when I say witchy, I could make you more comfortable by saying when I say witchy, it's like, which way do you want to go? Do you choose to look at life in a positive or negative way? Do you choose to walk down a negative path, like where you're thinking every day, like, oh, what's the next negative thing that could happen to me? Because it's said in the spiritual community and through the law of attraction, when you're thinking negative thoughts like that, you're drawing that to you. But at the same time, which way do you want to go? Do you want to go down that negative path, or do you want to look at life in a more magical sense? Like when you wake up in the morning, isn't that magical? Like, think about through the night. You don't have to tell your heart to beat. It just does it. Like, and think about that. You could look at it like it's magic, and just the fact that you woke up it's a beautiful thing. Your body basically looks out for you during the night when, and even during the day, you don't tell yourself, okay, breathe. You don't tell your heart to beat. It just does it. You don't tell your blood to circulate. Life is a gift. So that's the way I look at it. But I also wanted to say that with that being said, I am into witchy things. I am. I like movies like The Craft, things like that. I like witchy stuff. I like to think that, you could just make something magically happen. I liked shows like Bewitched. I like I Dream a Genie. She was a genie, and she wasn't a witch, she was a genie. But I just like looking at the magical kind of aspects to life, because life is all about wonder. And to me, it can be like kind of like a magic carpet ride. But at the same time, I do things, I can't lie and say that I work with the energies of the different moon phases. I work with, I love flowers. I love, the different elements. I love, the five senses, right? And I, I like working with herbs and things like that. I like, like, I don't know, you could say cooking magic, kitchen magic. When you're making your food for yourself and your family, you're putting love into it. Like, you're thinking good thoughts, you're thinking about how they're going to enjoy it and all that. And you could say things over top of it, and over top of it. And even if you look at it, yeah, there are people pray over their food. So yeah, I guess I can't say magic with that, because there would be people that are going to look at that in a negative way. But at the same time, okay, at the same time, um, I don't want to say magic, but at the same time, when you are saying positive things over your food and like you're stirring it in, clockwise, like towards forward, and you're saying positive things, or you're saying like a positive like prayer and affirmations and things like that. And to me, that's kind of magical. It's happening anyway. It's happening either way. But I'm just saying that I like this stuff. But I also have to say that I'm making this video about feminine energy and all that. But I have to be honest, and I'm not ashamed to say and let everyone know that yes, I'm into the feminine aspects. I look into mythology. I look into, I'd like to think about goddesses like Venus and all those different things and deities and all that. But at the same time, I'm one of those ones where I don't know if when I put witch talk on I like to put witch talk on my videos, right? Because I feel witchy. But at the same time, there are books about Christian witches, okay? And there are different things that's in the Bible, okay? I've sat in church and heard the word law, not law of attraction, but like manifestation. Ask and it is given, you know, and I've got to be upfront and clear and let everyone know that I do believe in God. I do believe in God. Wholehearted. I was raised that way, and that'll never change. I always believe in God. I pray. I love to pray. When before I go to sleep at night, I love to pray. I love to think that there is something higher watching over me. Now, I call it God, but at the same time, I call it Source. And I'm just saying that I try to claim my divinity and my connection to that higher power, because that's just the way I feel. And I feel that I was always taught that, and it's 11:11 right now, guys. And I'm going to quickly say that if, you could, focus on something right now, because we know 11:11 is a very powerful angel number. You might want to put your hand over your heart, or just think about it and feel whatever it is, something that you're really, really trying to manifest. And don't say you're really, really trying, say it's already done. And it's in the feeling. How would you feel if you had the love of your life? Whatever it is you're saying is already yours, just feel, how would you feel? And it's so said that when you feel it, you're attracting it to you. Like, you feel without a doubt, you deserve it. You deserve it. And that's the magic in it. That's the law of attraction. But if you're thinking the negative, then you're drawing it away from you. But it's 11:11. We're all joined together as a collective. And I always try to say that. Think about something that is already yours, because you're worth it. Okay. So anyhow, again, I just wanted to quickly say that even though I'm making this video about feminine energy, and things like that, I believe in that. And I work with all these things like a goddess kind of energy. But at the same time, I also, I claim my connection with the divine and all that. But I think that's sometimes why when I put witch talk on my videos, it doesn't go far in witch talk, because I think that, on witch talk, it can get kind of creepy. Some things can get creepy. And my idea, I don't put things negative out. Like, I don't, maybe I could say, okay, I'd banish a negative energy or something like that. But I never put out there like, okay, try to curse somebody or hex somebody or anything like that. I'm thinking about positive stuff. I do believe in that thing of love and light, but I know that it's also a world of duality. So I like to know about the negative energies and block them. if there's people, if there are negative things that can be done, I'd rather know about it and protect myself. That's my idea, but I'm not one to, I just feel like sometimes I'll put that witch talk on there and people don't take my videos like seriously in that type of manner. And I'm okay with that. But I do put witch talk and things like that because I believe in a witchy life. I like living a bit of a witchy life, like a magical life and thinking positive. But um, I will never, you were never going to hear me say that I don't believe in God because I believe in God. I was raised to believe that. I was raised to believe in God. But I also know that if I was in like a different part of the world or whatever, I respect other people's religions and, their thoughts about things as well, because everybody has their own thought. And my idea here is to try to talk about it and make everybody feel as comfortable as possible. And I am one of those people where in life, and you may feel like it if you're watching this video, that maybe you don't fit in with everybody. And I feel like I have never fit right in with everybody, but that's why I started making videos, is to reach out to other people that I feel, try to reach out to other people that may be experiencing the same things that I'm experiencing, or um, I just feel like there's different things that are going on right now. And it's so sad that a lot of people are waking up right now. Like we're like sleeping like giants or sleeping goddesses and gods and things like that. And think about it, like in church, I've often said that God put a part of himself inside of you. So to me, it's kind of like he's in you. Your body's that vessel for that, a temple. So that's magical. Like that's a lot. That's beautiful. That's the way I look at it. So, but um, I don't. Sometimes I feel like that's why I'm not taken seriously on witch talk or things like that. But I think you get what I'm saying, guys. Just, yeah. So anyhow, let me keep reading my information. I just wanted to say that let you all know that I love to pray. Before I go to bed at night, I love to say like a long prayer in my head. I could be like in my car somewhere and I could just be, my mouth is moving and, people, oh, well, they're crazy. No, I was praying. I was praying, like, I like to pray. I like to pray. So, hey, so I just wanted to share that. I'm making this video about a feminine energy, but I believe in God. Okay. But I do have a respect that, different types of cultures and everybody, people do what they do. And, it's what comforts you, the way you've been raised. So, but I believe in God, a universal energy. So there we go. But anyhow, I'm making the video about feminine energy and I believe in it and all that, but I believe in God and, the connection that I have, like this oneness, right? So anyhow, so let me keep reading here. Okay. Okay. I don't want to read this part because I've got to look up a little bit more information about this. Okay, because I've seen about like another warrior kind of goddess or whatever, but I gotta look all that up. Um, so anyhow, this is the second Friday the 13th in a row. And basically it's kind of like I look at it as last month was like a wake-up call. And this month is the activation. We are in the middle of a rare Friday the 13th trilogy in 2026. Okay. And that is because in November, now we've already had a Friday the 13th. Last month, the day before Valentine's Day, we had a Friday the 13th. So that's a lot of energy. Friday the 13th, a feminine energy. And then we went into Valentine's Day. Okay. There could have been some self-love going. You get what I'm saying, but there's a lot of energy there. Friday the 13th, the feminine energy, and then we rolled into Valentine's Day. Okay. Now, this month, exactly 1 month later, we've been given the gift of another Friday the 13th. It's all in the way you look at it, okay? And if you're watching this video, I feel like this is the way you see it. You want to have that positive spin on it. And you might look at that black cat right there and know that she's beautiful. He or she, or I read something about a Bombay cat and it's black. And I don't know if they're all male or it's all about the journey. I'm always coming with different videos, and I look up different information and then I bring it to you guys. So but I'm gonna keep reading. Okay, so last month was kind of like a wake-up call. This month you can look at as the activation. We are in the middle of a rare Friday the 13th trilogy in 2026. Again, in February last month, we had a Friday the 13th. Exactly 1 month later, here in March, we have another. Did I say February 13th? I meant to say last month in February 13th, we had a Friday the 13th. Now, exactly 1 month later, March the 13th, we have another Friday the 13th. And the next Friday the 13th, I do believe, because I said a trilogy, that's three. I do believe it's here in my notes. I think it's November the 13th. It's the next time we're going to have a Friday the 13th. So, okay, so while the world hides from bad luck, my idea with this, we've got a trilogy here of Friday the 13th. My idea is, while there are those that believe in that bad luck and they're hiding, my idea is to reclaim like kind of like a goddess or feminine kind of energy. This is just the perspective that I'm bringing to you. Okay. So let me weave this all together, and I hope it all comes together in the right way. I want to say what's up to everybody. I do see Africa is our B has joined me. I'm looking at the avatar. That is a beautiful car. Yeah, that's a beautiful car. Okay, we're manifesting great things here. We're manifesting great things here, but that's the name I see right now. So I'm gonna keep moving with this. Okay. So again, I've emphasized that double hit, the double hit or a trilogy, okay, for 2026. Having that back-to-back Friday energy, the back-to-back Friday the 13th energy, February and March. This is a rare calendar quirk. It only happens when February starts on a Sunday in a leap year. Now, this is the information I gathered, okay? And I try to make sure that everything is, correct, okay? But from what I gathered, to have this type of energy, it's a calendar quirk. It only happens when February starts on a Sunday in a non-leap year. This creates a double hit of energy. If February was the spark, March is the flame. And guys, with that being said, I've said it in most of my videos that right before I go live, I say a prayer, affirmations, and a prayer that basically I hope this video, the algorithm puts this video in front of my videos in front of the eyes of the people that are going to get the message, and it's going to mean something to them, the message. And before I go live, I have like something that is kind of like a traveling altar. Basically, it is, because I was just talking about a flame. I am looking at a flame right now because I have a bit of a traveling altar. It's like a pot that you could maybe like a soup tureen or something that you could put soup in, and I imagine if like we were all together, it could be like you could have soup in it and we could all share from it, right? Because it has a ladle and it has handles, but that makes it portable because it has handles. And I don't have soup in it. Like it's old and everything, but it has a certain look to it. But it is, my idea was to make it like a traveling altar. It has handles, it has a ladle. And there's no soup in it. What I have in it is a candle. And every time before I go live, I burn the candle, and I burn an incense, say my affirmations or the prayer about, the algorithm putting my video in front of people that are going to enjoy it, and, take it from there and run with the idea, and they're going to receive the message. But basically this altar, it's not just for me, it's for you, and it's for our community and our goals and our dreams and what we're working towards, and just the journey and us sharing it together. So I always like that, start the candle before I go live, and I say the prayer, the affirmation, all those different things. And so it's lit right now. And another thing, I like to listen to the song that I call the sunset song to get in the mood and the magic of the song, the sunset song. So right now I'm looking at that flame, and that's just, I wanted to share that with you guys, that that's something that I do. And guys, whenever you choose to like, click, share, subscribe, you're lighting that flame. I try to work with this altar every day, and when I light it, I think about myself and I think about all you guys and how much I appreciate you guys. You have been here for me. Anyone who has watched my videos, whatever, even if this is for, you're watching this one of my videos for the first time, I want to thank you so much, because I feel like we have things in common and that we've always been there for each other. Because you know, there's just been times where I felt alone, but there's always other people in the world that are feeling the same things that you feel, right? And so that's how you have to look at it, that you're not alone. There's always somebody going through the same things that you're going through. And that's just the way I feel. And just every time you choose to like, click, share, subscribe, whatever, you're relighting that candle for me. And we're lighting the candle together. You're letting me know that I'm putting a fire in you. I'm igniting something in you, just things to keep moving forward and keep working towards your dreams, right? And just every time you choose to like, click, share, subscribe, you're lighting that candle for me, and you're letting me know that I'm lighting the candle for you. And I want to let you know that I love hearts. I want to, I want you to give me hearts, like send me hearts in the chat, whatever, if you're feeling what I'm saying. I would love that. But it's always your decision. And I'd like to say that you claim this positive energy, but you're already claiming it, and you're already helping me out just because you're here and you're listening to my live. And I want to thank you so much. And but when it comes to the candle, I'm going to be so happy when I like go over to my channel Sunset Songs and I see someone's left me a candle or two candles, because I love that symbol. That's what it's all about. It's about that fire and that spark to keep going, and to know that today's a brand new day. And it's magical that you have this day to work with, because there's some people, they didn't wake up to see it, right? So anyhow, I'm gonna keep working here through my notes, because I have so many. I might have to come back and weave this into another day and just say, okay, well, this was supposed to be Friday the 13th, but hey, I want to get this off my chest, because I researched it. But anyhow, so the divine feminine, the original meaning. Okay, I want to explain this to you guys. Friday the 13th wasn't always unlucky. It was actually the day of the goddess. Friday is Freya's day. Friday is Freya's day, named after the Norse goddess of love, fertility, and war. The number 13. This is a deeply feminine number, representing the 13 lunar. The 13. Am I reading this over again? The 13 lunar cycles in a year, and the 13, the number 13 is a deeply feminine number. And I even want you to, a deeply feminine number, representing the 13 lunar cycles in a year in the biological rhythms of a woman. And that's we're talking about the menstrual cycle, okay? I want to flip the negative thought, that negative story, that negative narrative, and turn it into a positive. Make you look at it in a positive way. So make that suggestion for you. The power of suggestion, the power of thought. Okay, and just the idea that idea of negativity. It's just so many people are thinking of it. Okay, so many people are thinking of that today. But my idea is to turn it into a positive and have you think of the negative or the positive aspects of it. Okay. So we're going to flip it around. The narrative of bad luck was largely a historical attempt to demonize these sacred feminine associations, reclaiming the day is an act of power. Okay. And this, I've seen something about a patriot. Okay, but let me look through all this. I I got to look a little bit through this information here because it says that something about the arrest of the Templars. I don't know everything about that. I'll read it, but then clear my throat. I gotta take a drink here in a second. This is just a bit of an idea. On Friday, October 13th, 1307, the King of France ordered the mass arrest of the Knights Templar because they had become a threat to the crown's power. Okay, I see that. That I don't know everything about that. I got to look into that story more. I don't even really understand that, so I got to look into it. But that's something that I saw. But I've got to look into it more. Okay. Um. Okay. The defense of truth. Um. I don't want to work on all that. Something about someone defending the truth against a narrative designed to keep people in fear. And that's the idea of Friday the 13th, keeping you in the dark and having you think fearful thoughts and things like that. And I just want to tell you about like the little, just think a little bit about the root chakra because it can deal with fear. It can deal with fear. And do you have stable thoughts or do you live in fear? Rocky, that's rocky. It's not a good foundation, fear. But the chakra that the root chakra is red in color like blood. Okay. And obviously when it comes to Friday the 13th and all the scary movies and things like that, you see a lot of blood and gore. My idea is to think about feminine energy. And I don't want to gross anybody out or anything like that. I don't know how many women are here or whatever, but you can think about that. But then you can think about the blood of like life, like the blood of life. And that, the blood that just flows through our bodies. Or you can think about the blood that women shed every month because that could have actually been like a baby, right? And that life is like that's a beautiful energy. That's life. That's life itself. Okay, so anyhow, but you know the root chakra is red in color like blood, and blood is shed in negative ways, like through a fight or through I don't know, road rage. Unfortunately, road rage, that makes me think of a car accident. We don't want to think about that kind of stuff on this day. It's a powerful energy. But it makes me think of even a red car that is associated. When you see a red car, it's often said that a red car is often associated with somebody that might be, drive fast and have like an intense kind of energy or attitude to them. Okay. But a red car. Okay. But just the root chakra is red in color like blood, and blood can be shed through bad stuff like a fight or something like that. But then there's bloodshed just to bring life in, and that's birth. And then when a woman has a baby, or if she doesn't have a baby and she has a period, that's the blood of life. Okay. All right. So anyhow, okay, the bridge. Okay. The warrior goddess. Now I got to look up more information about that. Something about Valhalla. I got to look into more of that. Um, so basically, again, the last month was the wake up call, and this month is the activation. While the world hides and thinks about bad luck, I'm putting a positive spin on it. Okay. Um, I got a little bit of a different secret sauce, something different. Okay. And basically it's about this song. I want to talk a little bit about this song and anchor all this around it. Okay. Okay. All right. Let me see here. Da, 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 da. Okay, guys, I'm working this here. I'm looking at my information and I'm jumping through it because, again, guys, I don't live alone. And oh man, I tried to. I That's that thing about that number 69. I'm always saying that I see that number a lot, and that number has a lot to do with, balance, because a six could be, when it's upright, it's a six, but then you take that six and you turn it around, and then you have nine. And there's just that idea of balance and all that. And oh, I just try to balance. I try to balance everything in my life. I try to balance it, and I try to keep my channel and different things alive. And oh, because I love my channel, but it sometimes it gets to be so hard. And I'm trying right now to find room and to find space and time to keep delivering, bringing my videos and stuff. And just balancing time, sometimes it feels like a juggling, like you're juggling or wrestling with life, kind of. And I'm trying my best to appear for you guys as much as I can. Like, I'm Shadow Girl Sherry, but I at least want you to be able to hear, to make up imagery, and so you can have something to focus in on. And even looking at the silhouette and my avatar, and then for you to be able to hear my voice on a constant, because I have to keep showing up and having you hear something so that my channel stays alive. But then there's that idea of balancing the rest of my life, and it's a juggling thing. It's a juggling act sometimes. And I know sometimes, and I know I'm not the only person that goes through it. It's like a chaotic energy. And I'm trying to keep moving with it. But anyhow, like, I don't know. I'm thinking about a parade. Anyhow, let's see. I'm looking for the next thing that I'm going to bring to you guys. I'm looking through my notes and seeing what I want to deliver to you guys, because I don't think I'm going to be able to stay on much longer. That's the thing. Let me keep working here, trying to juggle different energies and stuff. Okay. Hold on, guys. I'm gonna try to deliver some more to you real quickly. I hate to rush it though, because I'm telling you, I really go in when I'm making my videos. I really research information, and I hate to come back and make a video later on about Friday the 13th, because it's not going to mean anything at another time. It means something right now. And then you can take it, and then later on, if you want to come back and watch it and have it then you do it. But I like to deliver it. I put so much work into it. That's all I'm saying. Okay. So I've given you the lyrics to the song. I'm trying to lay this down as quickly as possible. Okay. Just going to read a little bit more to you, okay? Just the lyrics, and kind of keep it in your mind. I've been going through some things, feeling all kind of hectic. I've been going through some things, feeling all kinds. I've been going through some things, feeling all kind of hectic in my space. We all run in the same race as we pace. I'm staring monsters in their face with grace. Okay? Okay, the pace. Okay. The race versus the pace. The race versus the pace. Most people are just running the race. The hectic Friday the 13th chaos. Okay? Thinking negative and the fear and all that. But my idea is for you to think about the divine feminine and do it with a different pace. You don't want to think about that hectic energy and that rush and the chaos. Okay? staring monsters in the face. Okay. It's about, okay, my idea is about facing down the monsters, the corruption, the fear, the bad luck, but doing it with grace. That's the divine feminine energy, strength without losing your poise. Okay? Okay, and just guys, the world is hectic. The world can get hectic, and I've said that anyway. And just juggling, all right? The world is running a race based, and just think about that. The world is running a race based on fear, on the fear of Friday the 13th. But as Jill says, we are pacing ourselves. We're going to pace ourselves. We are looking the monsters in the eye. Okay? All right? Now that's the lyrics again. And I don't want to do that. Okay, now guys, this song was really kind of about like a boss lady. Like Jill Scott was kind of she even said in the song, I'm the boss lady. I think that was one of the lyrics, I'm the boss lady. Okay, that boss lady energy is this is like the perfect kind of a bridge between the divine feminine and then those, I don't know, kind of, I don't want to say patriarchal. I don't want to go there because I don't want to put that out there. Um, but I want to move the conversation away from the bad luck and towards authority and protection. Okay. And I'm going to tie some of her lyrics into that idea. The boss lady, reclaiming the day. In the song, the boss lady is busy handling and managing the connection. Okay. Friday the 13th was originally the day of the goddess, Freya. By calling yourself the boss lady, by calling yourself the boss lady, you are stepping back into like an ancient authority. Okay. We aren't hiding from the bad luck of the day because we don't believe in it. Um, we are the ones in charge of our own energy. We are managing the chaos while everyone else is distracted by superstition. Okay? Staring monsters in their face with grace. The monsters, these represents the corrupt systems, the fear, narratives, or the bad luck myths that try to keep people small. The grace. This is the divine feminine touch. Okay? It's not about like necessarily like fighting. We're just standing our ground with poise. Okay? The connection on Friday the 13th. Oh, I don't want to, I didn't get to look into that as much. Okay. Okay. Holding the world, and these are the lyrics, holding the world on my shoulders. Okay, holding the world on my shoulders. And guys, can you feel it just holding the world on your shoulders? Do I have any boss ladies in the house that really are boss ladies? Okay. All right, the Friday the 13th, the twist. Okay, while the world is worried about a broken mirror, it's Friday the 13th, while the world is worried about a broken mirror or a black cat. Believe me, I love black cats, okay? And, I'm making the suggestion that you fall in love with them too. I love black cats. Okay, while the world is worried about a broken mirror or they're looking at a black cat in a negative light, right? The real leaders are busy holding the world together. Okay. We got other things we're working on. We got other things we're doing instead of, having fear and focusing on the negative. Okay. 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 Jill Scott often refers to herself as Jilly from Philly. And she wrote this song and the whole Woman album. The album that Woman came on, that Woman was the album that this song on was Can't Wait was this the song was featured on her album Woman. The whole Woman album, um she had made the album during a time of major transition and self-discovery. The inspiration, the boss lady versus the sanctuary. The core inspiration for Can't Wait is the tension between public strength and private softness, the weight of leadership. Jill has talked about how, as a woman in the industry, she constantly has to be the boss lady, making executive decisions, reprimanding grown-ups, and managing a massive career. The need for a safe space. The song was inspired by that specific feeling of being hectic in my space and just wanting to get home to a place of peace. It's about the vulnerability that comes after the battle is done for the day. The Motown influence. Musically, she was inspired by 1970s soul and the Motown sound. She wanted a bass line that felt energetic and driving, which is why you have that feeling of pacing and running a race in the rhythm of the song. Okay. So I want you to think about the energy, like Friday the 13th, the divine feminine energy, all that. Okay. The hectic world, the world is hectic and all that. But just like Jill describes the world as nuts, many people view Friday the 13th as a day of chaos. And I just want you to think about Jill's inspiration and all that in the song. And just think about how the world is hectic. But the boss lady, the divine feminine, stays centered. Staring monsters in the face, Jill's inspiration for this line comes from real life resilience. Okay? Handling and managing the truth even when it's uncomfortable. Okay. The double Friday the 13th February, the fact that we had a Friday the 13th in February and now again here in March. Interestingly, Jill released her brand new 2026 album exactly 1 month ago on the first Friday the 13th of the year. Jill released her brand new 2026 album exactly 1 month ago. So this is a coinky dink, I don't know. 1 month ago on the first Friday the 13th of the year, Friday, February 13th. It's almost as if her current era was launched specifically like a soundtrack, like a double hit of energy, for right now, guys. Just think about that. Okay, the genre, the origin. Okay, just about the song. It's a soulful R&B track from her 2015 album Woman. And guys, remember, this song, the album is called Woman, and I'm talking about a feminine energy and what that is, how that is the idea. That was the original idea of Friday the 13th, but it got turned into something negative, right? Okay. But anyhow, the genre, the origin, a soulful R&B track from her 2015 album Woman. Okay. The theme, it depicts a hard-working, independent woman who has spent her day holding the world on her shoulders. The intent, it highlights her deep desire for affection and a romantic evening with her partner as her sanctuary after being the boss lady all day. Just think about the strength required to handle the hectic world and just to stare down monsters in the face. Okay, followed by the divine feminine energy need for a safe private space to recharge. Okay. Guys, um so I've told you a little bit about the song. It's a soul R&B track from her. This song is a soul R&B track from her 2015 album Woman, okay? The persona, okay, it depicts a hardworking independent woman. The focus highlights her desire for affection after spending her day holding the world on her shoulders. The vibe, eagerly anticipating a romantic evening with her partner as her sanctuary. Okay, guys. Okay, the balance. Jill is emphasizing a healthy balance between career, dedication, and love. The theme. The song is a verse. The song is a verse in anticipation of intimacy and connection. The woman, it focuses on a woman who is successful and powerful in the world, but who deeply values the sanctuary of her relationship. The core image, holding the world on her shoulders, isn't just a burden, it's a testament of her success, which makes the reward of coming home even more earned. The core image, holding the world on her shoulders, isn't just a burden, it's a testament to her success, which makes the reward of coming home even more earned. A healthy balance. And I'm just thinking about that number 69 and balance and all that. A balance beam, kind of. Okay, so the song explores the anticipation of intimacy and connection, specifically focusing on a woman who is successful in her professional life. Okay. All right. All right, the song I Can't Wait. The professional personal contrast, okay, focuses on a woman who is successful in her professional life but craves passion and closeness in her personal life. The sound features a soulful, retro inspired sound, often described as having a 1970s feel. The heart of the song, it bridges the high level career dedication with the raw human need for intimacy. Okay. Okay, now this song, she got a nomination, a R&B nomination from the 2017 Grammy Awards. Um, okay. All right, the theme explores the anticipation of intimacy and connection for a woman successful in her professional life who craves passion and closeness personally. The message emphasizes a healthy balance between career dedication and love, holding the world on her shoulders all day, but needing that sanctuary at night. Okay. Accolades. It was nominated for Best Traditional R&B Performance at the 2017 Grammy Awards. I'm still here, guys. I'm just trying to read the parts that I can bring to you in the best way. But guys, I think that pretty soon I'm going to have to shut this down because again, everything's about balance and I am trying my best to balance everything. I really am. There's a tarot card that is all about balance and I can't think about I'm trying to think which one which tarot card it is, but I can't remember the name. But everything's about balance, and I'm trying to find a balance. Um, Light and dark, and Shadow Girl Sherry, and a sunrise and a sunset. Just trying to make a balance here. Um, okay. Um, so I've told you about the double hit, about the back-to-back energy from February 13th to March 13th. Astrology. Let me tell you a little bit about astrology. Interestingly, today features a powerful alignment where Mars meets the North Node. Mars meets the North Node today. This represents spirit-led action. Okay, and this is kind of like the energy to combine with, uh, Jill Scott's Boss Lady Grace. This song basically, Warrior with Grace energy for Friday the 13th. Okay. And the song has just got a intimate kind of feel to it, and then there's that daily grind in there, and just she needs sanctuary, space, managing this stuff all day, and being that boss lady. Okay. Um Okay, the song basically, it's just about a hardworking woman's desire for affection after spending her day dealing with life's challenges and monsters. And again, I thought about this song because, the monsters of Friday the 13th. What monsters are there in Friday the 13th? Jason Voorhees, Freddy Krueger. I don't know who else was there. Pinhead, Michael Myers. Um, oh God, what was the clown? Pennywise the clown. Okay, the monsters. Um, but basically, really think about the monsters, not just as abstract problems, but as the actual daily grind and hectic space that basically Jill has, talked about, that she's handling and navigating with grace before she can finally get to her sanctuary. Okay. The struggle, dealing with life's challenges and staring monsters in the face. The role, the professional boss lady holding the world on her shoulders. The need, an escape into intimacy and affection to recharge from the grind. The lyrics, I'm staring monsters in their face with grace. I'm busy holding the world on my shoulders. Okay. Now, guys, I'm going to try to get to a certain point, and then I'm going to have that balance, and I'm going to have to stop. And maybe I'll be able to finish the rest of the video tomorrow, and I'll be able to bring it and have you look at it from another viewpoint. And that's probably going to be about the crystals and the idea that this is a lake of crystals. And guys, I hope that you will leave in the comments whatever crystals you are working with. Guys, later on the video, it's so funny when I start in doing an investigation into the background of like the artist and the song and all that, the little synchronicities that happen. I want to get to the point where I'm going to stop at the point where I'm going to start talking about, I'm gonna stop at this point, and then I'm gonna probably take off from that point when I come back with the video, and I'll change the imagery and everything up, and I'll present it in a different way, and I'll keep talking about the song because I put so much hard work into coming up with this video to deliver for you guys. But it looks like I'm not going to be able to deliver it for Friday the 13th. And Friday the 13th is almost over with anyway, because it's 11:57. Pretty soon it's going to be 12 o'clock, and we're going to be going into like witching hour, right? Okay. If you know, you know. But I'm going to be talking about a crystal, and it's so funny how it worked out. When I start looking into the background of the song and the background of like the artist and everything, the funny things that I found out as I'm looking that I find out as I'm doing my research, it's always amazing the things that I find in the connections and the synchronicities. Okay. So anyhow, this song has that retro feel to it, that feel good kind of way feeling to it. Makes you feel good. At least makes me feel good when I listen to it. Okay, so basically, Jill Scott, with this song, she was sampling Isaac Hayes's song, Never Can, it's not Never Can Say Goodbye. No, that's wrong. I think it's Never, okay, yeah. The song that she samples a song by Isaac Hayes. Um, she samples a song by Isaac Hayes, Never Gonna Give You Up. Okay. And I still have to listen to the song, but this is just what I gathered from my research. I still have to listen to that song by Isaac Hayes, okay? So basically, it's a bit of a cover of the song and it samples it. Okay. And there's that energy of just like, I don't know, like music royalty. I mean, I don't know, Isaac Hayes, come on now. Okay. Okay. So with that, with Isaac Hayes and sampling from his music, there's that lush, like cinematic retro sound, and this makes you just think about like what was it? Oh, I forget what they called that genre back in the day. Those kind of movies. It was just black cinema. There was Isaac Hayes, and Isaac Hayes did the he did the theme song for Shaft. Okay, and here we're moving into this boss lady energy, right? And you think about the music of the 70s and those movies and stuff, and there was Shaft. There's the theme song to Shaft that Isaac Hayes, he did that song. But I'm thinking of Foxy Brown, and Foxy Brown, the actress that who stood in, did that, the actress for Foxy Brown was the beautiful Pam Grier. Okay. Okay. Thinking about just that classic soul like era, that retro feel, that cinema and all that. Think about all the fur coats and all that different stuff. Um, but just think about that theme of never giving up while facing monsters and life's monsters, or basically life's challenges. Okay. Okay, that 1970s um feel. A hardworking, successful, professional woman, the boss lady who is busy handling and managing the world. Okay. Guys, I hope that I haven't, I kind of feel like I'm going back over this stuff again, but guys, it's because I'm rushing. I want to get to a certain point and then I'm going to have to stop the video. And I have a point where I want to stop it at, because I'll be able to bring it back to life tomorrow night. Because, hey, nobody, guys, I'll be to bring this video back tomorrow night. Why? Because nobody died. It's Friday the 13th, but nobody died. Nobody got, the shaft, I guess. Okay. Nobody died. And, trying to put a positive spin here. Everybody's still alive to see the next day, and 12 o'clock, and there we go. And it is 12:02 now. And hey, are you still alive? I know I am. Nothing bad happened. They just put that spin on it, right? We're all still here. Okay. Black cats and all. Okay. So I just want you to think about Shaft, the parallel. Isaac Hayes was the source. Uh, that a song by Isaac Hayes was sampled, with Jill Scott. Um, the main and Isaac Hayes is the main man behind the theme from Shaft. Okay, the imagery. Shaft is the ultimate boss figure, a complicated man who was a black belt in karate and wasn't afraid to take on the monsters of the underworld. The irony. It's funny because Jill Scott takes a sample from The Man who defined the tough fighter sound and uses it to describe the modern boss lady's daily battle. Okay, the sync. Both songs deal with a certain kind of street smart authority and the grit needed to handle the hectic daily grind. Okay. Okay. This is more information about Jill Scott. Okay, this is just a bit of a note. In 2008, Jill Scott starred in the BBC HBO series The Number One Ladies Detective Agency. Again, I'm going to read it again. Okay. In two and just make a note of it, guys, and think about it. This message, okay? Um in 2008, Jill Scott starred in the BBC HBO series The Number One Ladies Detective Agency, based on novels by Alexander McNeil Smith. Oh, guys, I saw someone just tried to wanted to do I'll call it a bit of a duet. And I'm very, very flattered that someone it, that you have taken interest in my video so much that in this live that you wanted to do a bit of a collaboration with me. Again, I do go by Shadow Girl Sherry, so I am a bit shy. I'm working on that. And I hope everybody knows that because of the fact that at one point I wasn't even going live, but now I love going live. So, who I didn't get the name of the person that, who wanted to do a collaboration with me or to join in on this live, but I want to thank you so much. This is extremely, extremely flattering. I hope that you will choose to, follow me here, and who knows, in time, maybe we'll be able to do that collaboration and, join up and do a bit of a duet together. I call my channel Sunset Song. So I hope that you will again join up with me. Think about that for the future. But I didn't even see, I just looked over and saw where someone wanted to join in with me, but I was reading from my notes, so I didn't even get to see your name or anything. But I want to thank you so much, and I hope that you will choose to follow me, and maybe we can do that in the near future. I'm very, very flattered. Okay. Um, but guys, again, I want to make a note again that in 2008, Jill Scott starred in the BBC HBO series The Number One Ladies Detective Agency, based on the novels by Alexander McNeil Smith. And this makes me think again of, we're talking about a lady detective that Jill Scott played, and then I'm thinking about that retro idea of like Foxy Brown, who the actress that performed Foxy Brown was a beautiful, very beautiful Pam Grier. Okay, but she was like a female detective. Okay, okay, the ultimate boss lady. Her character MMA Precious. Oh, I can't pronounce the name, okay? I didn't even know this about Jill Scott. Okay, it's the first private investigator in Botswana. I gotta look that up. I gotta look that up because I didn't know anything about this. I know that Jill Scott is she's an actress as well. She was in a Tyler Perry movie. I think it was Why Did I Get Married? And in that movie, I think Jill Scott is very, very, she's voluptuous. She's beautiful black woman. But in the movie, Why Did I Get Married? She's married, and her husband, if I can remember right, her husband's constantly, making fun of her because of her weight. And Jill Scott's beautiful. I think that Jill Scott is beautiful. Now that's my opinion. She's beautiful. Just like her music, her voice. And Jill Scott, I've seen where she's also looking up information. She's a model, right? Okay. But anyhow, she's the boss lady. But anyhow, she is the epitome of a woman handling and managing her own business and staring down local monsters, criminals, and mysteries with grace and common sense. the detective connection. Okay. I'm thinking about these coincidences and all this. And I'm linking Jill to, this detective role and everything. She isn't just a singer. Her career has been about uncovering truths and solving problems, just like, you know, I'm just making this connection here. Okay, Isaac Hayes, the shaft loop, this whole idea, it's a perfect circle. Okay. Isaac Hayes, the man behind the most famous detective Shaft. Like, he did the theme for Shaft. Okay. While she herself played a famous detective. This really solidifies that warrior investigator vibe, Friday the 13th. Guys, I hope you're getting this energy and the vibe that I'm trying to bring to you guys. Like this whole fear and all that, and just overlook it. Okay. Again, so in 2017, there was a Grammy nomination for traditional R&B. Her role as the lead in the #1 Ladies Detective Agency 2008. Okay. All right. Just a super villain layer. Okay, here. Boss lady persona. All this, Okay. The Lady Eve, Black Lightning Connection, the role. In 2018, Jill Scott joined the CWDC superhero series the role in 2018. Okay, the Lady Eve Black Lightning Connection. I gotta look into all this. I didn't know all this about Jill Scott. The role in 2018, Jill Scott joined the CWDC superhero series Black Lightning as a formidable villain, Lady Eve. The persona: she is the owner of a funeral parlor, but in reality, she is a high-ranking, soft-spoken yet incredibly powerful leader within a shadowy, I'm Shadow Girl Sherry, okay, yet incredibly powerful leader within a shadowy criminal organization, the Cobra Cartel. The boss vibe. This character is the ultimate dark side of the boss lady. She commands absolute authority and respect without ever having to raise her voice, ruling with an iron fist hidden behind a respectable public image. Guys, and I'm gonna have to remember right here, because I'm gonna have to shut the video down. I'm so sorry. It's just all about balance. But guys, basically, I want to leave you with this thought, and then I'm gonna capture this again, maybe tomorrow night, the next night, something like that. But guys, I want you to think about this lake of crystals, and I want you to focus in on, there's the red crystal, all the crystals really, because it's a lake of crystals. But at the same time, we're thinking about fear, because there was that idea, that story of fear that Hollywood and different things has, that spin it's been put on this day, or February or Friday the 13th. Okay, the root chakra, you see the red crystals, they would correspond with the root chakra. But at the same time, I want you to think about the black crystals for protection, because I went on to find out that the feminine energy, think about this feminine energy. um okay, Jill Scott, I go on and I look up information about Jill Scott running the investigation and all this different stuff, and looking in, doing my little private detective work here. And I found out that Jill Scott, real life Jill Scott, the artist behind this song, I Can't Wait, she had a son. And guys, right now it's 12/12, and you know what we do with 12/12 and angel numbers. Think about your something that's already yours, you're manifesting, and just claim it as already yours, right? And just say thank you, thank you, thank you. And it's being drawn to you, right? Okay. You're lassoing it down like that big moon behind Crystal Lake here. But I want you to think about the black crystals. And I want you to think about the stone or gem, whatever. I got to look and read you the information. But jet, okay? Because Jill Scott had a baby, and she thought that I found out information, looked in, did some background information online, and I found out Jill Scott is a mother. Jill Scott, and that's feminine energy. She is a mother, and she had a son. And I'm going to later on, I'm going to be able to read to you more information about her son, and all that different stuff when he was born, his birthday, and all that. But she named her son after uh, I don't know if it's a crystal or a gemstone or whatever, but it's called jet, and it's black. And basically, she said, she did an interview, or basically the way that the inspiration for her, the name for her son, Jet, she named her son Jet. She was told at one point that she couldn't get pregnant. She couldn't have a baby. She couldn't get pregnant. She, infertile. Okay. But it so turned out that she was given the miracle, of life, and, blessed or blissed or whatever you want to call it, with the miracle of life. She got pregnant. She had a son, and she named her son Jet after this gem because she looked at him as a precious gem. And she named the way that she came up with his name, the inspiration for the name Jet, was the gem. It's jet, and it's black in color and shiny, like the crystals that you see here in this lake of crystals. And the funny thing about it is I have a jet myself, that stone. And I bought it, I purchased it from the metaphysical store a couple of months ago. It may have been about September when I got my jet stone, and I have it in a necklace and everything like that. And but that was her inspiration for her son's name, was Jet, and she was thinking about the gem. And the way that she got it, I believe it was her makeup artist on the set. I'll read from it later on, but she was on a set for one of these shows. I think it may have been the detective series or whatever show or whatever. And the makeup artist that was, doing her makeup or whatever, that makeup artist had a jet, the gemstone or whatever, and she liked the idea of that gem, and she named her son after it. She named him Jet. So that's where I'm going to leave you guys tonight, and I'm going to come back and read the rest of the information that I have about the song, about Jill Scott, and about Jet. I'm also going to be telling you a little bit about the magazine Jet. It was an African American magazine. I'm going to tie all that in together, and I'm going to find some kind of magical way to present it to you guys tomorrow. And I'll just be talking about that lake of crystals and all that, and I'm going to take it from there because I'm going to have to shut this live down. I really went in for information for this, and I'm not going to just drop it and not bring it back to you because I just find it so interesting, the synchronicities that I found out about Jill Scott, the idea that I came up with the idea a long time ago about a crystal lake. Basically, for Friday the 13th, we all know about Crystal Lake, but then I came up with the idea of a lake of crystals. I put my spin on it, and then here, come to find out, I found out about Jill Scott, and I found out that she's into spirituality and all that. I think she may have a song called Ashe. I think. Don't quote me there. You can look it up yourself. But she actually named her son Jet after the gym. And that is how I'm going to reintroduce this idea even tomorrow. I'm going to try to finish this whole video up tomorrow, Saturday, March the 14th, guys. So that I'm going to have to close it down now, just, because I don't live alone and everything. But guys, obviously, I'm going to think that you all enjoyed the video. I can't wait to see how many people join my live. But I'm flattered because there have been, multiple times that I have had someone want to do like a bit of a collaboration with me. And that always makes me feel good that someone took that kind of interest in my my live and my video ideas. So I feel like I'm on the right track. Okay, guys, so this is Shadow Girl Sherry. I'm going to be signing out. And guys, remember, it's Friday the 13th. I'm still talking. I didn't die. No, everything's okay, right? Everything's all good. We still doing our thing. So I'm just trying to put that positive spin on it, put it a different light on it, shine a different type of light on Friday the 13th. And there's so many people in the spiritual community that are trying to spread that positive message as well. So with that being said, unfortunately, I'm going to have to be shutting this live down for now. You're going to hear me mumbling a little bit. I'm going to try to make sure that I have the note here as to where I left off, so where I stopped, so I can pick back up on this idea most likely tomorrow night. And I'll start from that idea of the Lake of Crystals and the idea that Jill Scott was told that she couldn't get pregnant, and then she got the miracle of life. She found out she was pregnant. She had her son. She gave birth to a son, and the inspiration, she named her son Jet after the gym. And I it's so funny because I have a Jetstone myself. So guys, yeah, I like the way all this has worked out. So you're going to hear me trying to shut down, figure out how to shut down and everything. You'll probably hear me, maybe I should sing the song, but I'm not going to. I'm not going to torture you that way, because that would be like Friday the 13th in a bad way. But, anyhow, guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry, and I'm going to be trying to figure out how to shut this down. And again, remember, guys, I put too much work into this not to bring the idea, find a way to weave it back into another day, right? I'm going to do it. I'm going to find a way to do it. So anyhow, guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry trying to figure out how to shut down. I can't wait to see how many people join this live. I can't wait. Look, and that was the name of the song, I Can't Wait. I Can't Wait by Jill Scott, but I can't wait to see how many people join my live. And I'm going to know here just a little bit when I shut down. Let me see. Here we go. Guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry. I figured it out. I'm going to be shutting down. Guys, thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. And remember, it's nothing to be feared, right? In the black cat, it's beautiful. Look at it right there. It looks like a beautiful onyx, a black obsidian. It's all about protection and magnetism and what you are, magnetizing towards you. Yeah, we're thinking positive here. We're still living. Nothing bad happened, right? Nothing bad happened. You still hear my voice. So guys, this is Shadow Girl Sherry signing out. Thank you so much for watching. And thank you for hanging out with me for this Friday the 13th, part 2 in Friday the 13th Hangout. Thank you guys so much for watching. This is Shadow Girl Sherry, double tapping and signing out. Thank you so much, and take care. Oh, look, it says, I had the option of going live with another creator. I'm flattered, guys. See, that's a positive message here on Friday the 13th. Guys, everything's all good. Okay. I Can't Wait. Again, the song was I Can't Wait by Jill Scott. Go listen to it. I Can't Wait by Jill Scott. Go ahead and listen to it. And guys, join me over on my channel on YouTube, Sunset Songs. Join me here on TikTok, Shadow Girl Sherry, Sherry's Shadow Closet, Sunset Songs. These are the things you're looking for. Thank you so much, guys, for watching. This is Shadow Girl Sherry signing out. Sweet dreams and no nightmares, and take care.